Good Sunday afternoon, everybody. Come on in. It's time to get Sunday dinner going. Hey, y'all. It is still snowy. Snow's on the ground. Still cold. I mean, it is cold, cold, cold. I've got my house temperature, thermometer rather, set on 75 because it's cold. It's like in the teens, I believe, still. Gotta be. And as soon as it reaches 75, kicks off. I guess it probably kicks off for 30 minutes or whatever, but I can start feeling the cold. Now, I got some little air seeping in somewhere. It's cold outside, y'all, so stay warm, stay bundled up. Hope you're having a God bless Sunday afternoon and got something good on the stove, getting ready to cook it, already cooked it, or whatever. It's 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and I'm just not starting, y'all. We don't like to eat real early, so as far as I know, Kareem and I, maybe Tansy might get off in time to stop by here. I'm not sure. But I'm going to get this food going for me and Kareem. And on the menu today, what you're looking at, I have Cornish hens. Now, these are my little Cornish hens. And what I did was cut them in half because I want to do something special. Y'all know I want to do something special with them. So, let's get them back over here and try and get my... There we go. That's 4 nice Cornish hens. These are pretty good size, so when I cut them in half, of course, I end up with 8 pieces. So what I'm going to do first, these are going into my skillet because I want to get a little brown on them. So I got some hot olive oil over there. I don't know how many I'm going to be able to get into the pan. But all I want to do is just brown them up. Just because I want to, no special reason other than the fact that I just want to brown them. And then when I get them all brown like I want them, they're going to go into the oven to finish them off. And when I finish them off in the oven, I'm going to come back with an apricot glaze. So I seasoned my little Cornish hens. I seasoned them with my usual seasoning, my onion powder, garlic powder, complete seasoning, curry powder. That's going to be one of the featured seasonings. Curry powder, and I believe that's it. So, and some rosemary. So and I said garlic. Okay. So these seasonings that I'm putting on, you know, some seasonings heavier than others because that is the main flavor I want to come through. So the flavors I want to come through today is the garlic, the curry, and the rosemary. So we're going to call these Garlicky, curried, rosemary Cornish hens with an apricot glaze. Does that sound fancy enough for you? Okay, guys, so I got these in here, and I'm going to probably brown them on each side for about 3 or 4 minutes, just enough to get them brown and to sort of seal in that flavor. I've let them marinate for about 2 or 3 hours until, you know, I got ready to actually put them in the pan to cook them. So if you want to catch up now, go ahead. I'll wait on you. You got some corn. You can do this same thing with chicken. You do it with chicken, or you can do it with beef as far as that goes. But if you want it to be for poultry, then of course chicken is ideal. So while those cook, I'm going to go off and be getting some other stuff ready. I got to get my greens ready to go. So while these are cooking, I'm going to go ahead and slice my onions for my kale greens. So hang on, and I'll be right back, y'all. Okay, I've done the first turn on those Cornish hens. So this is what I want them to do, brown up nicely, just like that. I want them nice and brown. I'm going to glaze them, let them cook first, and I want to glaze them. And we're going to have some nice curried, garlicky, rosemary Cornish hens. So we're going to get over here now, and I'm letting you see this is about 3/4 cup of water. I'm going to slice onions in there, and this is my greens. This is where my greens are going to go. So, and I'm only doing 1 pound today. Just Kareem and I, possibly Tansy, are going to be eating today. Normally when everybody's coming, I cook a big old, at least 2 pounds. So I think this 1 pound shall be enough, y'all. You hear those Cornish hens, they're making up all kinds of noise over there. Okay, so what I'm going to do now, I got about half of my greens in. And I'm going to go ahead, I've got one large onion that I'm going to slice up in there. Half and half is what I'm doing, mainly. I'm not using any kind of cooking meat in here, because I think I'm just going to use olive oil. Okay. Let's see what this chicken is doing. We got time for another turn. As soon as I get these greens going, I can take these first set of Cornish hens out there nice and brown, y'all. So I'm just going to go over this process, and in between, I've got a mixture of all my seasonings for my chicken. I'm just going to put a tablespoon of that seasoning right in there. Okay. And then I'll put the rest of my greens in. You know, these greens come already with a triple wash, but I always go ahead and wash them again, because I like to pick some of those heavy stems out. I leave some of the stems in, but for the most part, I pick those stems right out of there. So what I'm going to do now is just let these go ahead and cook. So they'll cook down. And I'll put a lid on them. We're going to cook these for about 45 minutes, and they'll be ready to eat, y'all. Just cut that onion up. It doesn't have to be cut up in any particular way, just as long as we get it cut up in there, so we can go ahead and infuse our greens. Okay. Put another teaspoon of seasoning. And there we go. We got kale greens, y'all. They'll be done in about 2 hours. Get 45 minutes, not quite an hour. But about 45 minutes. We don't like a lot of water in there. So I'm going to cover these as soon as they get going a little bit. So hang on and I'll be right back. Okay, the chicken is all browned up. What I'm going to do now is the drippings from the pan where I browned the chicken. I'm going to make a little broth to go over it so that it's cooking will stay moist, and when it gets soaked all that moisture in, I'm going to come back and glaze it with our apricot glaze. So y'all hang on just a minute. All I'm going to do with this is I'm going to pour some chicken broth in there and put a little bit of seasoning in there, and we'll be done. I'm back getting ready to get the rice going. This is Basmati rice. I've got about a fourth of a cup of Smart Balance in there, or you can use regular butter. I'm using Smart Balance. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to cook this just like you would. You're going to put the rice into the butter like this. You know how you do rice pilaf? Get in there and mix it around really good with that butter. The rest of it in there. What I'm going to do is just brown it just a little bit. This is going to be some seasoned basmati rice. When I looked at it the first time, because I had never really used basmati, but when I looked at it, first time I prepared it, it looked like rice pilaf. So I thought, you know what? I'm going to cook it just like I'm cooking some pilaf. I'm going to put me a teaspoon of my chicken bouillon seasoning in there. Oh, yes, I am. Just to season it up a little bit. So we got butter and rest of my little seasoning in there. And just a dash of garlic powder I'm going to throw in there. Just a good measure. About 1/8 of a teaspoon of garlic powder. And that's it. That'll just season that rice up a little bit because we're going to have a nice gravy to go over it. And all I'm trying to do here is just give it a, you know, pull out some of the flavor, put a little crisp on that rice, just a little bit, and then I'm going to go back in with the water. Normally you put twice as much water as you do rice. In this case, I always cook my rice. I don't really do 1 to 1. I usually do 1 1/2 to 1. In other words, I put a little bit less water. So I won't be putting 4 cups of water in here. I'll be putting like about 3 1/2. The rice is actually doing a little bit of cooking here. Okay. Right. We do this for about 5 or 6 minutes and then just pour the water in. It'll be time in a minute here for me to go ahead and get my, about 5 minutes, my Cornish hens will come out of the oven. And I'm going to go ahead and make my glaze, get them going. And this dinner is going to be ready because I've told you the greens are already done. Okay, just going to stir and smell that rice kind of getting a little toast on it. Just like I said, just will give the rice a little bit different flavor. That's all we're doing. And let's get ready to get the water going. So I'm going to be real careful when you do this part here. Okay. That smells so good. Put a little bit more water in there. About that much more water. I'm going to go ahead and cover this. Okay. When it gets to a rolling boil, I'm gonna turn it all the way down and just let it cook. Okay. We're done with the rice, so now we're gonna move on to making my just a little bit of glaze for this chicken. So hold on just a second. Okay, I'm back over here on this area. I got about 1/4 cup of that is apricot preserves, y'all. Thought I had more than that. Actually, really thought I had more than that. At any rate, we're going to pour about 1/4 cup also of the broth off of that chicken. And I'm just going to simply mix it up. And we're going to see if I need to put any more, if I have enough. I just want enough to glaze that meat, just enough to barely glaze it. Okay. It's almost perfect, y'all. I would like for it to be a little bit sweeter than that. Let me see. Hold on just a second. Okay, I'm back. I've got this glaze ready, and all I want to do is mop these Cornish hens like so. Not a whole lot. And then I'm going to run it back in the oven and let it just glaze for about 2 or 3 minutes. As soon as the rice is done, we'll be done.
Hey, Grandma.
Yeah.
You got like a $1, $2. I'm about to go to Food Line. I'm about to get a few of them little canned drinks.
Bring my purse.
Where is it?
Downstairs, probably by my bed.
You on camera? Yeah.
Hey,
Hey, y'all.
That was Kareem, y'all.
Hello.
Okay, so we're gonna get this done, and this is just gonna be just enough sweetness on these Cornish hens. Yeah, just enough sweetness on these Cornish hens just to give it a different flavor from the rice and the greens, y'all. Okay. Whew.
She beautiful.
About 5 minutes on that and we'll be done. Let's stick a pin in this meal, so y'all hold on just a sec. Okay, y'all, dinner is ready. Look at those Cornish hens. Aren't they just beautiful? Just a piece of artwork. See, this is why I love cooking, because some things turn out much better than what you expect. And I've never cooked these Cornish hens like this before in my life, but they turned out beautifully. So now we got us a new recipe here for these are Cornish hens, and they are curry, rosemary, garlicky, apricot glazed Cornish hens. I took those little Cornish hens and cleaned them up, seasoned them up, cut them in half, and baked them. Well, before I baked them, I put them in a skillet for about 10 minutes and browned them on both sides. Then I placed them on this shallow pan here, and I baked them for 45 minutes. And of course, I marinated them with the broth from the hens. And then the last thing I did to them was to brush them with my apricot glaze. That's where they get that glaze look from. So they're wonderful. I know they're going to be so good. And of course, I got my Basmati seasoned rice. And if I showed you how I did the Basmati rice, I just simply put butter in the pan, browned it just a tiny little bit with some chicken bouillon broth mix, and put a little bit of garlic in them and cooked it just like you do regular rice. So that's going to be really good along with that chicken. Of course, on the back burner there, I've got my kale and onions, and those are just some little drippings there. To the left is this is what I glazed my hens with. Of course, that's a sweet sauce, and of course, that's just the drippings off of the hens that you can just drizzle over the rice. Real simple. Takes about a couple hours to perfect this entire meal from start to finish. So guys, thank y'all for stopping by. Hope you're having a God bless Sunday. Hope you got something good on the stove. Stay warm, stay safe, keep those prayers going up so the blessings will continue to come down. Pray without ceasing and do something kind for someone. And until I decide to cook again, y'all can tell I'm ready to get off here, y'all. I am so hungry. I had a light breakfast. It's past dinner time and I'm getting ready to eat. And because the weather is snowy, snow's on the ground, it's just going to be Kareem and I. Maybe Tansy might pop by here, but the other family are staying in. This weather is something that is very, very cold, and there's still a lot of snow on the ground. So if you have snow on the ground, stay in, be careful, follow all of the guidelines for safety, for this weather as well as for this virus, y'all. Stay safe now. Mask up, social distance, and get your shots as soon as you can. And I know you've been hearing online on the internet where you can now order your test kits at home. So if you haven't, I don't really know what the link is to that, but I'm sure maybe somebody close by, or you can Google it, where you can go online and get 4 of those test kits for your home if you're interested. So guys, I love you so much. Keep those prayers going up now and pray without ceasing. Love you. Toodaloo. Okay, y'all, just to let y'all see, since this morning, the snow has melted. I mean, it's all gone just about now. It's still pretty cold out here. I'm standing out here without a jacket on, so the wind is not blowing, but the snow is pretty much melted. It's still a beautiful day. The sun is shining. I'm still excited. Look at that. Isn't that a beautiful picture there with the sun shining right through the snow cloud, y'all? Snow is still on the ground. It's cold. Whew. I feel that wind now. I'm getting back in here. I guess y'all trying to figure out what that is. That is my fire pit. As soon as I got it put together and covered. It snowed, y'all, so we won't be able to use that till later on sometimes. But anyway, just want to let y'all see how beautiful it looks out here, even with the snow halfway melted. But we still got to be careful, because just as in some places where there's been no traffic, the cars have gone through, and there's probably still some black ice. Just want to say thank you to you all for tuning into my channel. Shout out to all my children on Facebook, All About the Banks, Tanya Howe, Abide in the Vine, Lady T Sensations, Miss C's Kitchen, Chrissy P, Be Love, Tyra's Big World of Flavor, Kareem Howell. Kareem's got his channel going. He told me he uploaded some stuff the other day. So y'all keep all those YouTubers, most of them are my children, of course. Keep them in mind, and of course my channel. Come on in. Just continue to support us with your views and your comments and your compliments. Special thank you goes out to Jacqueline Pondexter, J.I. She makes beautiful jewelry. I mean, beautiful jewelry. Thank you, Jacqueline. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Tenfold blessing back to you for what you saw fit to send to me. Ooh, I had to get back in the house, y'all. It's cold out them doors. Anyway, thank you, Jacqueline, for the beautiful box that you also placed your jewelry in. This is beautiful. Kylie's gonna love that butterfly on there. I can't wait for her to come back here so I can show it to her. But anyway, just so you all can see, I showed y'all the name of the company. Aren't those beautiful? It's like a filigree, sort of a, get some kind of that real pliable wood that you can make them out of. But this is handmade. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And of course, there's another pair also. So, what am I doing? Okay, here we go. Do better, do better, do better. These are beautiful. Thank you, thank you, thank you. As always, I'm so grateful when anyone thinks enough of me to do anything for me, especially something like this. And of course, your prayers, your well wishes, comments, and compliments. As you can see, I'm starting on my Black History stuff, so we'll get into that next video. So anyway, I'm getting back here up the stairs here, finishing off dinner and everything. That's all done. So thank y'all for tuning in. Thanks for my beautiful, wonderful gifts again. And thank you all for continuing to pray without ceasing. So I'm signing off for real this time in just a few minutes here. But just wanted to come on because, you know, I always like to give credit where credit is due. And I always like to be thankful for things that anyone does see fit to do for me and for my family. So until I decide to cook again, y'all, keep those prayers going up now. Toodles.